Morning Thailand supported by สีไทย Superwear. Wings Learning Circle. Customized English course for your business.
And welcome back to the
Morning
program.
Thailand
And
supported
of
by
course,
สีไทย Superwear. Wings Learning
we got a
Circle.
little bit of a technical difficulty there, excuse me. So you're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip Golf and Kun Chain, of course. Now let's take a look at what we have, the reform panel. Don't get too excited. This is a live show. Anything could happen at this point. So let's talk reform panel. Are we talking that
Anything
are they
new,
coming
Kun Chain?
together, or this is going to be like
After all the things they
the last
throw,
resort?
right? After all the words they throw at each other, anything we can hope for from this reform panel?
Well, actually, I would not say hope because many of them we already have seen
Right, but
more
like
than
I
enough.
said,
Like
more than enough.
Kun Banhan Silapa Acha and Kun Chawlit Yongchayut, both are former prime minister, but at least they are the elected one.
Yes. Oh well. But
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes.
anyway, but these people, the people that have been in Thai politics for a really long time, been through many stages of Thailand. So, like I said earlier with Kun Golf, that if you say anyone know the process of the whole thing, they're probably pretty familiar with all the process.
I think that the most interesting part for Kun Chawlit is that he is the one that during his administration, the constitution of the people has been launched.
Okay.
So I believe he might have some insights and experience to share,
You
as
know,
well as Kun Banhan.
I grew up when I was in middle school. There was a coup. I think it's also during May, and I remember the image of General Cholit sitting in the Grand Palace with His Majesty the King,
Right.
and right?
I don't know. I believe I was
Is that
too
All
young
right.
to
okay?
Let's,
Understand
anyway,
that.
let's focus on this particular issue.
Maybe
Let
I
Kun
remember
Chain
it
out.
wrong.
Okay.
But for Kun Chawlit, he believed that today Kun Pongthep Thep Kanchana will come to officially invite him to join this panel.
Okay.
And Kun Chawlit basically said that political conflict in recent years has brought considerable damage and instability to this country. So he wants to ask all political parties to work together to solve Thailand's prolonged political deadlock and to bring peace into the nation.
Right.
The person you already mentioned about, Ajahn Khothom Ariya, the academic from Mahidol University, actually you might feel familiar with his name. Actually, he in 2010 has walked 1,100 kilometers. He called it Peace Walk from Mahidol University to Pattani.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And he already said that he strongly supported this reform panel even before he was invited. But now, since the government has invited him, even though it's not official yet, he strongly accepted.
Okay, that's good. At least we have like academic. I see some more than just politicians.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe we should looking forward to see who will be joining the panel.
Would there be any like NGOs?
Yes,
anyone
because
like that?
I believe Kun Pongthep Thep Kanchana already mentioned that they will ask Chamber of Commerce and Industrial Sector that Kun Tulip already mentioned about.
Okay.
And as well, they will hold the first meeting in this coming Friday.
Oh, so, on
So
the 15th
it's
it
actually
is.
16.
16th.
Friday.
Right. Because today is.
And what is interesting is that it will be held one day after the amnesty bill first meeting.
Oh,
So
interesting.
we would have to
indeed.
wait and see if there are some connections between the two things.
And people still believe that there's a chance the Democrat will change their mind and actually join the panel.
Yeah. Would there?
I don't think so.
Really?
For
And
the-
they're quite firm about that.
Uh-huh.
That's almost like their ground.
But well, I guess they're not even. The news said that the government or whoever that trying to make this happen not even sure about the model of the panel
Yeah.
reform
It's-
itself
I
yet.
think we talked
The
about that
funny
yesterday.
thing, Kun Banhan Silpa Acha mentioned the idea of national government.
Okay.
That he
Do we not have
asked-
enough government already?
How many government do we need?
He asked the opposition parties and the government to work together to in order to reconcile the country,
Okay.
because he believed that the two are inseparable in democratic system.
Right.
But Kun Chuan simply replied to Kun Banhan, "What nation are we
Oh.
talking about?"
Oh,
From Kun Chuan, that's quite harsh.
Uh-huh.
Like he hardly
known
ever say
to-
anything.
yes, because he is known to don't say much, but the word he said, he always picked the sharpest and kind of hurtful ones.
But actually, the idea of national government originated from the United Kingdom, where Winston Churchill used it in Second World War.
Whoa.
So it sometimes refers to national government or the caretaker government. It is
Oh.
the idea of there's no opposition party. Everyone has to work together during the crisis.
Oh.
So we are having a crisis if somebody suggests national government.
I think
Can
we can
we-
call
we
this
can
a
in-
crisis. We have been on a conflict for long enough.
So that means they're proposing the idea of some government without the election.
Uh,
Or the
No.
one that got elected just
Actually,
join together and no
in
opposition.
Thailand, we
and no
have
government.
two ideas of national government. One is proposed by Kun Thaksin Shinawat,
Uh-huh.
and the other one is proposed by Dr. Prawet Wasi, the
what
senior.
are the differences?
The difference, Kun Thaksin model is to reduce the pressure from the opposition,
How?
which is very similar to what Kun Banhan is saying now.
Okay.
So it's quite
So
like
instead of like
Two
trying
side.
to you know fight each other, let's work together on the same issue kind of thing. Okay.
But
and what's
for
the other one?
Dr. Prawet is to take power from back in that time, 2010, Kun Somchai Wongsavat administration and opposition party as well, and to return this political power to the people.
How?
Yeah,
Like who
that's a
would be the
problem
people?
about Dr. Prawet. He always talk about civil society.
But when you say return power to the people, it always go back to the democratic
Or,
process, which is election. That it will go back to the same thing again, another elected
I
government.
guess he
So,
always say
Kun,
things in
for
theory.
Dr. Prawet, that there's no need for the election.
Oh,
Because
Okay.
this model has been talked about as a environment that there is no elected government as well,
right.
such as General Surayut Julanon administration after the 2006
The
coup.
coup.
Right.
Okay, so are we suggesting let's do another coup?
Are
No,
we
for Kun
walking
Banhan, it's more
backward
like
for the
to
democratic
reduce
process?
the pressure.
Okay, so we're not taking Kun Prawet, let's just say, model. We're looking more like a Churchill time when after World War II and such.
See, this is
So-
when it all sounds backward. In democratic process, you have to go back to World War II. You have to go back to 2006. It's all backward.
I think it's all the models that they're trying to, revisit the past experiences, what worked, what did not work. And I guess for this set of people at this point, they have seen that in England that works.
I hope that we will get to see something constructive about this reform panel before it happens, for the
Yeah.
public to see what actually it will do.
So
The
our-
process of, after they get all the people together, what actually will be the point that they want to go through and they want what they actually
and whether
want
or
to
not like after the policy came out, that would be implemented.
do. Yes.
That's another thing.
I would say it is very difficult to talk about the reform panel if the amnesty bill is still on the table, especially for the Democrats.
Because for a lot of people, amnesty bill is the starter point for many.
Yeah, but then we know that
Unhappy
once
people.
it passed the first round, then the second round, third round, it's deemed to be passed anyway. So, all right, it seems like a lot of issue over just the reform panel as well as the amnesty bill, and we probably will hear more about it. And I'm pretty sure next week we're going to have a lot more to talk about. But before then, obviously, you can always email us at morningthailandshow@gmail.com. Contact us on Facebook, facebook.com/morningthailand. We have a playback on YouTube as well. So we have many channels. So please contact us and make sure that you give us a little bit more information on what you're interested in. And as for today, thank you CC00 for our lovely attire, as well as Sea Thai Superwear Quality the World Trust, and of course Wings Learning Circle, customized business course for your business. And as for today, I'm Golf
I'm Tulip
เชน
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ